Welcome to episode 54, Tremendous Opinions Podcast. Protect your eardrums.
I'm up in the woods. I'm down on my mind. I'm building a still to slow down the tide. I'm up in the woods. I'm down on my mind. I'm building a still to slow down the tide. I'm up in the woods. I'm down on my mind. I'm building a still to slow down the tide. I'm up in the woods. I'm down on my mind. I'm building a still to slow down the tide. I'm up in the woods. I'm down on my mind. I'm building a still. Slow down the tide. I'm up in the woods. I'm down on my mind. I'm building a still to slow down the tide. I'm up in the to slow down the troll.
I'm going to be coughing up blood for the next 4 episodes. Welcome once and... Oh my God, dyslexic. I didn't know whether I wanted to say welcome once again or welcome one, welcome all. Either way, welcome once again, one and all, to episode 54 of Tremendous Opinions Podcast. And dadgummit, to be honest with you, dude, I don't even know where I put my freaking notebook. Can't stop an operation without the gear. Can't start an operation without the gear. Episode 54, Tremendous Opinions Podcast. You're tuned in with your host with the most, DJ Witwicky. I always take the pen out and mess with it, and you can hear it in the audio. Mush. Happy belated Father's Day to all the listeners out there. I don't know if I have any dads there. Actually, Carrie listens to this thing. He's a dad. Happy Father's Day, Carrie. My dad, I love him to pieces, dude. I wanted to get him something nice for Father's Day like you do every year, but he's a hard guy to buy for. He has all the tools. I don't want to just get him power tools every year. So that was actually my first option. I went to Home Depot looking for one of those electric leaf blowers, but they were like $1,000,000. So I went next door to GameStop, and I think I did the right thing. Because sure, I mean, a dad would like to have all the power tools in the world, but my dad is a Fortnite monster. So after I saw the $1,000,000 leaf blower and figured I don't have $1,000,000 to spend on a leaf blower, like I said, I went to GameStop. Looking through GameStop, I didn't know what I was going to find in there. I hadn't been in there in a while. But I see a pile of Fortnite action figures. And I'm like, oh, that's a crappy gift, you know. He's a grown man. What's a grown man want action figures for? He's not going to, play Barbies and G.I. Joes. But one thing about my dad, he has always had cool cars. And it's not like a, Dodge Viper or a Lamborghini. It's like something that's sensual, it makes sense, and it's, I'm not going to say cheap, but for as cool of a car as he has, it's like for example, growing up he had a Jeep Scrambler, and it had like the sparkly blue paint job and the, like how a station wagon has the wood panels down the back. This Jeep had a truck bed before the Gladiators, and it had wooden panels down the back, and it was just sweet, dude. And now he has a lime green Jeep, and he just now, like a couple weeks ago, got a new truck that's, a freaking beast. But the Jeep he has, and he's loved forever, he's had this thing for like 15 years, it's lime green. So long story short, horrific story short, I was at GameStop looking at these Fortnite action figures, and they have little sports cars in Fortnite that you can drive around. And I love whipping these things with Dad in the passenger. I don't know how many times we've whipped it in one of those little Lambos on Fortnite. So I see these action figures, and I look over, and there's a perfect thing. It's the sports car that we always drive on Fort, and it's lime green. It's his car. Like, I had to get the car, and I'm looking through all the little action figures they got, and they had my guy, I used the hot dog suit guy. And they had his little action figure. So, you know what, dude? It's a stupid gesture, but my dad plays Fortnite every day, solo or with us, it don't matter. He's playing Fortnite every day. So I just had, I broke them all out of the package and set them up nice by his Xbox, just so he had like a surprise when I blew the surprise. I showed it to him. And I think he liked it, man. I think he's going to put those little action figures in his office or something. But that was part one of the Father's Day thing, and I haven't played Fortnite with him in 2 months, and I just see the sadness in his eyes, man, when we don't play Fort with him. So for Father's Day, I played some duos with my pops, and you know what, dude? We got sweaty. We ended up playing Sunday and Monday, I believe, and nope, Saturday, Sunday. And we got 4 dubs in 2 days, probably like 8 games total. So 4 dubs in 8 games in Fortnite, that's pretty solid, bro. And I think it's the Halo action that's upped my game. It's a little hiccup switching between the games, Fort and Halo, because buttons are different and this, that, and the other, but your boy's improved. Like I said a few podcasts ago, I need to start manifesting my Oculus skill and my Halo skill. Well, it's happened. I'm the freaking stud now, dude. You don't want to see me. And I got proof. I'm not just a bunch of talk in the wind here. I have a 15-minute Halo highlight that I'm dropping at the end of this episode. And I just showed you the action figures, but here is a cut of me and Dad getting sweaty on Fort for Father's Day. Enjoy. So after the dubs and stuff, I would always talk with him. And dude, it's before Father's Day. I've been getting sentimental. I think I'm just at that age where I was the oldest of four, so all the kids are grown, and like it's just different now. Life's different. Like I said, we lost our childhood dog the other day, so life is just progressing, and don't stop for nobody. Don't stop for nothing. Um, Especially in the crazy world we're living in today. It's such a different place than when I was growing up, and I don't know. I'm just getting sentimental, man. So reach out to your people, dude. I don't know who needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this. And I even put it in my notes, man. I'm not just winging it here. That's why I did that Lost in the Woods by Bon Iver. I slow down the time. That's what I'm trying to do. Slow down the time a little bit, man. People are going left and right on us, dude. About 2 years ago or so, I was in Chapel Hill walking down Franklin Street, and I saw this couple, this older couple, and something just took my eye. I had a double take to this guy, and I grabbed my brother by the elbow. I was like, man, that was Lenny Rosenbluth. And Corey just looked at me. He's like, who is Lenny Rosenbluth? And I freaked out, and I grabbed him, and it shook him. And I was like, Lenny Rosenbluth is who Lenny Rosenbluth is, son. Google him. So, dude, we flipped around, marched right behind Lenny. He took a beeline for Sutton's drugstore. He was already sat down in the booth by the time we caught up to him. Lenny's a fast young man at the time. Lenny was sitting there with his beautiful wife, and man, it was so cool. I need to explain who he is. He is a NCAA basketball champion from 1957. He's the National Player of the Year. Lenny Rosenbluth dominated the freaking 50s, dude. And there's posters and like portraits and stuff of him everywhere in the Dean Dome if you go through the guts of it and look around. Lenny Rosenbluth is a staple of Chapel Hill and relatively unknown considering what he was. Go hard, Lenny. I could see it in his eyes, dude. He was a problem 70 years ago. That's nuts. Actually, it's 57, so like 60-something years ago. But he was a problem, okay? Real problem. You could see it on his face, dude. At that age, he could put me in a blend cheese on the elbow, bro. I would not put $20 on a freaking game of horse between me and Rosenbluth. He'll put you in the dust, bro. Lenny Rosenbluth passed this last Saturday. A legend. I would see him at some of the Tar Heel games across the way. And other than that time seeing him out in public on the sidewalk, I'm not going to bother him. I'm not going to waste his time. I kind of feel bad for doing it the one time, but you can't feel bad about that. You got to say what's up to Lenny, dude. Show your respect. God rest his soul, Lenny Rosenbluth, the legend. People are just going left and right, and that may be why, or contributing to my being sentimental lately. And what I was saying earlier, you got to make that extra effort for your people, dude. In this day and age, with all the craziness going on around us, and all your options for entertainment, you could be doing a million things. You could be binge watching TV. You could be on Netflix watching the Adam Sandler movie. You could be watching Game of Thrones for the 4th time. You could just be like me, smoking cigarettes, watching YouTube on the porch. There is so many things that you could be doing. If you have a thought, like a pleasant thought of someone, of your people's, give them a shout, dude. Or if your people's calls you, don't blow them off because you're watching Netflix or a YouTube video. Answer your people's and make a freaking effort, dude, because it's turning left here. We're all going down, bro. Hold your people's close. I hate to freaking scare you, raise the goosebumps a little bit, but dude, it's real, man. It's real out here. Thinking about or being thought of is an honor in this day and age. That's what I was getting to. With all the crap that you could be doing. If someone thinks about me it like blows my socks off. If like a buddy Snapchats me or something or calls me. Dude, God forbid someone calls you just to check up on you anymore. I got a buddy Curtis, man. He's in Oklahoma. I haven't seen this guy maybe just for like a couple hours in the last 6 years. But we call each other every week, if not twice a week. I never see the guy, but I keep up with him, and I know what's going on with him better than some of his friends do, I'm sure. Because me and Kurt, we just talk and kick the can down the street on the phone. And we're on the phone for 2 hours sometimes, just talking basketball, talking his life, whatever, talking this stupid subpar project of a podcast. You know, I hate to get all emotional and worked up, but care about your people, man, and make a freaking effort. Don't be a Mama Luca DA on a log over here just freaking watching Netflix all the time. And I'm sure if, some of my family or something watches this, they'll be like, hey, pointing finger at me. Well, you don't. Well, I do. You don't see me talking to my friends out there. That's what I'm doing out there on the freaking porch and smoking cigarettes all the time. I'm freaking checking up on my peoples, man. It's getting real out here, folks. Yeah, the next thing in my notes, friends that reach out, don't take those people for granted because you're not as cool as you think you are, dude. I know. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably one of the more self-deprecating people ever. I know that I'm a freaking waste. But that's the truth, dude. You're not as cool as you think you are. You need your people. And you don't even know who your people are sometimes. You think you know, but you don't. You got to find out. That's what I'm saying. Poke the bear a little bit. Be checking in with your people all the time. Figure this stuff out, man. I don't know. I'm getting into my notes later. I had a freaking crazy thing happen to me the other day that I can't wait to get into. But it changed my little perspective a little bit. And that's why I'm all freaking emotional. You're not as cool as you think you are. What's cool? Reaching out to your people and letting them know that they're a bad mamma jamma. Brady called my dad the other day and I just walked by. I heard them on the phone and Brady was talking about, he's working out with these NBA teams and stuff. And he was saying how he has a workout that he heard that there's a bunch of running at the end. And I'm with you. I don't like running. Who likes running? I don't like, unless there's a pile of money I'm running. Even then, I'll blow out my knee on the way over there. I'll step in a gopher hole or something. I hate running. But do you know what I would do for a chance to be in a freaking, like a 6'10" frame? What do you want to do on the block, bro? Dude, I'm slamming it every time. If I had that chance, that I almost just shut down and went into anxiety mode just now thinking about it. If I have chill bumps. If I had the chance to play in the NBA, not only would I run at the end of a workout, I would run to Jerusalem and back for the freaking Boston Celtics. Dude, I would run to put rocks in my pocket and then run to the bottom of the ocean to have a shot at the NBA. To have a shot at freaking having Dame Lillard ISO and going, ugh, and freaking pulling up and hearing the, bro. To freaking, LeBron's still in the league. To just slam LeBron. Dude, LeBron can't dunk it no more. Going up weak with the left like Robert in the driveway. I'm smacking that crap against the backboard, son. To have that chance, I would take my shoes off. Put tacks and staples in the bottom of my feet and run to Jerusalem and back. And that's what I told him I didn't tell him that. I mean, I got under him a little bit on the phone and told him, dude, switch shoes with me. I work for a construction company. It's like, dude, you have to go deal with a begrudging homeowner about a leak on her back porch and she don't want to hear it. And there's nothing you can do. You just got to sit there and marinate in it. Would you rather do that or make Brad Stevens' head spin with how fast you touch that baseline, son? And I hope I fired him up, baby. I hope, dude. So y'all, keep our boy Brady in your thoughts and prayers. And really, it's not like I'm going to pray that let him be picked first overall and stuff like that. It's like, I just pray and hope that the right thing happens, what's supposed to happen. And if it's in the cards, I hope this man has a long, profitable career in the league, putting people in blenders, dude. That's all I want. All I want. Oh. Reach out to your people, dude. Let them know that they're a bad mamma jamma. Ask them, when are we going to go watch the freaking UFC fights? Or whatever stupid crap that you're into, huh? When are we going to put our helmets on and freaking ride our bikes and get hit by a Silverado? Or the opposite. When are we going to get in the Silverado and go hit some people on bikes? Dude, when are we going to go freaking bike riding with Joe Biden and freaking get our foot stuck in the little stirrup and take a spill over there in the gravel, dude? Dude! Biden needs a presidential Peloton over there in the Oval Freeze, dude. Oval fruit trees. Get him a big Presiducci Pelotucci. Oh, I'm excited. That Brady story fired me up. Joe Biden's still picking freaking gravel out of his elbow. And I'm not political, dude. I'm never going to vote in my life. I just think it's the biggest pile of malarkey, bro. Big pile of malarkey. I'm never going to vote for no... Okay, if Joe Rogan, Snoop Dogg, Mike Tyson, or Dave Chappelle runs for office, I will vote for one of those four, or all of those four. Any of those four. Get my automatic vote with whatever... agendas they're trying to push. I don't care. I think they're solid folks, and they got my vote. Other than that, not voting. So, whatever. Take it as you will. I think it's hilarious. If anybody falls off a bike, dude, if anybody falls off a bike, it's hilarious. Especially when Joe Biden falls off a bike. I don't know how many times I watched that thing, dude. The different angles. Oh, I was hee-hawing. Okay, story time. I think the reason why... I've gone off on bike people like 8 times on this podcast. I think the reason why is it goes back to like childhood trauma, okay? And it wasn't me on a bike or nothing like that. I didn't get hit by a car. Changing names for liability purposes. Drake. Let's call this guy Drake. A buddy of mine from high school, okay? So, good buddy of mine, good dude. We hang out all the time. We cut up in school and then at church. Church was a big thing. There was like 300 youth kids on a Wednesday night at our church and just playing ball and cutting up and, playing video games, ping pong, everything. It was a good time. So, Drake was... He just got his license. We were about 16 or 17. And me and him were pretty old for our grade, so we got the licenses early. And he wanted to go driving after church. I remember this just like it's yesterday, dude. So here we are, and he drives crazy. He has a point to prove. I hate saying it because someone that knows me for a long time may tell who it is. Who cares? This kid Drake had a Ford Explorer and loved to just drive like an animal. So we peel out of the church, and the church was like 4 blocks from Blake Shelton Boulevard, okay? Blake Shelton Boulevard is the main street in Ada, Oklahoma. There's a bunch of like Dollar General and insurance stores or Rent-A-Center. There's a few restaurants. There's this place called Polo's, okay? Dude, I'm going to struggle telling this story. Get it out. Polo's is a beautiful Mexican restaurant. For a stretch, they had the nicest freaking white queso east of the Mississippi. Actually, it's west of the Mississippi, whatever. Beautiful white queso, nice place to eat, Polo's. So, we're driving in front of Polo's. about to head back to the church, and you got to hang a right over there. Either at this light or the next, you got to hang a right. And Drake... Drake, dude, just hangs a quick Ricky, bro, right after the polos. And there's this poor feller, dude. Poor fella, looked like he is south of the border. I don't know if he came from El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico. He was a Southern American gentleman riding a bicycle. I can't even say it, dude. Riding a bicycle. I'm in the passenger seat, and old Drake hits that quick Ricky, dude. And just creams the guy. Creams him on my side of the car. And it's not like we hit a butterfly on the highway and there's like blood splatter all over the windshield or something, dude. But we just hit his bike and he's laying in the street. Oh, I got so bad anxiety right now. So we just looked at him, looked at each other, and he just stepped on it and peeled out. And I look in the rear view, like the side view mirror, and you see his little wheel. Like, say this is the wheel, like this. His wheel is bent up like this. Like he had to hold it by the handlebars and pick it up and walk it all the way home. Dude! So I've been in a car that hit a guy on a bike, okay? And I've had so many close calls with these spandex freaking MLB glasses people in Raleigh that I'm sick of it. I'm not going to catch a charge for hitting one of these creeps in a freaking bike, dude. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy, dude. I don't think I've been to Polo's since, just in case he saw my face and recognized me. Oh, gosh. All right, where are we at? Oh. Okay, the craziness doesn't end there. So this is the story, the big story I wanted to tell earlier. I don't know what's up with this manifestation crap. I don't know if it works or if it's the opposite. Someone's playing games with me. I don't know. But what I do know is stuff is getting increasingly insane out here. For a work drive, I had to drive like 45 minutes away and back, and it's in the country, like South Raleigh. It's in Garner, in the Garner area. And I was driving on Highway 50, I think it is, and I just see a big cloud of smoke right off the highway, and it hadn't been going on long because the smoke, you could tell. I mean, I'm not a freaking, wild forest person, reservoir guy, whatever, wildlife preserve. I just noticed that the smoke wasn't as high as it should be with a big fire, so this had just started, had to have been. And I get closer, and sure enough, it's a home that's on fire. It's a minivan that was pulled into a carport that's attached to the house. It's like a brick house with an attached carport, and that's on fire. The van and the carport roof is on fire, and there's only 2 cars pulled over. I'm the third person to show up. The other 2 people are on their cell phones, which, yeah, you call the fire people, but there could be an old lady in the house, there could be a dog in the house, there could be kids in the house, there could be any possibility. There's a car here, so someone may be home, and the home's on fire. So, I mean, it's not like I'm looking for any freaking like pats on the back or jolly good fellow. I just saw it and reacted. It's right across the street, directly across the street from Amplified Church in Garner. But I know that because I pulled the truck into the church parking lot and just got out and ran across the street into their front yard. Me and this other guy look and make eye contact, and we're like, dude, yeah. And we didn't even say nothing. We just ran to the house. And it's not like we went in there, but we were like banging on the windows. And I was on the side opposite of the fire. So I'm like 40 feet from the fire, but still the bricks are already hot, dude. And I have the thought, what if there's gas lines underneath this thing that could just blow the whole place up and send a brick through my pineal gland? And so I just banged on 2 more windows and hopped the fence and ran to the neighbors. They didn't answer. I was about to kick their door in to see just trespass, breaking and entering, dude. I had the thought, I need to kick this person's door down and make sure there's no one in here. Then I didn't do that. I ran to this adjacent neighbor that's still pretty close. And by this point, the whole home's on fire. The middle of the roof is breaking in. Still no fire trucks, no sign of fire trucks. Can't even hear them yet. I finally get this second neighbor. I get him out. He didn't even know. He had no idea. He's sitting there watching football reruns with a Super Bowl shirt on. Probably a Dolphins fan like me, being a mush. God bless that guy. He was a cool guy. But we just both start freaking out, and he's calling his neighbors, and I ended up hopping the fence and banging on that other house again. And by the time I did that, I mean, all their possessions are lost. Their home is just to pieces at this point. And you could feel it. You can hear things blowing up, like I guess a microwave or a stove or the van. I don't know, like 8 things blew up. And by that time, the fire trucks were pulling up, and there was a big crowd. And I was out of my mind. I was like, you could feel the energy and the adrenaline. It's like I just went base jumping, or like I just went bullfighting. I finally just walked closer to the street, away from the house, and there's, like I said, just bystanders Snapchatting it, dude. And it's not funny, dude. It's not funny because those people lost all their stuff. But what is hilarious is my mindset, bro. I'm such a freaking pile of it, dude. So I've just been running around jumping. I jumped like 10 fences. So I'm catching my breath. I'm a cigarette with jeans on. Like I'm about to die. I need the ambulance now. So I'm like, I'm leaned up against a tree, all right? Like, I'm just, like, huffing and puffing, catching my breath, leaned up against this tree. And I look up, and there's, like, 4 hot chicks right here. They're, like, 25 years old, and they're all just Snapchatting the fire. And, dude, I swear to God, the first thought that came through my mind was, I wonder if these hot chicks saw me act like a fireman. Oh, like I showed up, dude, like, I can be your hero, baby. Looking like, in my mind, I looked like like I'm on a fireman calendar, like holding a fireman hose with the overalls on, like, what's good, mama? Oh, I can be your hero, baby. Oh, dude, that's what I thought it was. The truth. I was like looking at him huffing and puffing, expecting him to say something, anything. They didn't even see me. Invisible. Bro. You see how I jumped that fence back there? Dude! I can be your hero, baby! Chicka wow! Invisible. Thinking I look like on the front of a freaking fireman calendar. I got back in my truck. I looked like I died and forgot to lay down. Dude, I had like smoke on my face and I was all sweaty, dude. I was in shambles. No wonder I was invisible, dude. Dude, I looked like I died and kept breathing. I looked terrible. Terrible. I look like a freaking cigarette with jeans on, dude. Oh, I can be a hero, baby. I can take away the pain. Idiot. Okay, dude. moving along. Weird stuff. That same day, this is just the same day I saw a huge falcon. I love birds. I like big, like predatory birds. I saw a huge falcon, the biggest one I've ever seen in my life, sitting on an electric line. And then 30 minutes later, I saw a beaver crawling out of a sewage drain. And yeah, I'm sure someone could just make up stuff like this to say, but that would be hard to make up that line. I saw a beaver crawling out of a sewage drain, dude. What's going on out here, bro? There's no more woods, no more wildlife, no more dams, no more creeks for the thing. It's got to live in the sewer now? Dude, reach out to your loved ones and set up camp, baby. It's going down here soon, folks. The Russians are coming. If the apocalypse does happen, here are a few movie recommendations for your viewing pleasure. Once you hole up in your freaking doomsday cave, I got you covered, baby. So, on every episode, I have a viewer named Peace that comments every episode, dude. Loyal comments. I appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you, dog. So, he heard me talking about no vacancy with that Luke Wilson quote. How about the knife from your apple? And apparently loved that, dude. I didn't even think anyone knew what I was talking about. Shout out to Peace, baby. Wanted me to give a C-list movie review, which I'm not quite doing. Instead, I rummaged through the old DVD bin. We have like 500 DVDs, and I picked out a few that either, I don't know, in one way or another, I like them, they're recommendable, or they help shape me growing up. I don't know, I'll put a quick word out on each one of them as we quickly go through all these movies, and then picked up some sports cards from the early 90s the other day, 91 and 92-3 season. Open those real quick, and like I said earlier, have a 15-minute Halo highlight. I thought about not even doing a song at the start of the pod because this one's so cram-packed full of like clips and add-ins and extra crap that I didn't need an intro song, but Lost in the Woods slaps, dude. I hope I didn't break anyone's TV set or windshield with the intro song, dude. All right, speeding through this. This podcast sucks. All right. Starting it off with the few Blu-ray pieces. The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. Two all-time, like, I don't know if they're Mount Rushmore actors, but daggum close if not. Great movie. It'll make you cry. The Bucket List, okay? I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Other Blu-rays. Elf. This one's unopened. Beautiful. Childhood favorites. Space Jam on Blu-ray. The original Space Jam, not this LeBron James malarkey. Garbage. Garbage. Russell Crowe. Gladiator in Blu-ray. Hits different, baby. Hits different. A little bit of Mel Gibson. Brave Hoochie on Blu-ray. Dude, if you haven't seen Braveheart, exit off of this right now. Go watch Braveheart. And before they ruined it with the fourth one, the Matrix trilogy on Blu-ray. If you've never seen freaking Matrix, click off of this and go watch all 3 Matrix movies, okay? That'll put you in a loop, too. One of my favorite reality comedies of all time. Even take reality off of it. Comedy, period. Borat. I had a group in like high school, college era that we hung out all the time. We probably watched Borat together as like a 6-person group, maybe 50 plus times. And probably like a 2-month streak where we just every night watching Borat with the same people, all right? Granted, we were living in Oklahoma and it might have been during the winter or something. You can't really do much, but it's worth it. We could have watched anything else and was excited to watch Borat for the 50th time. the greatest TV series of all time, Game of Thrones. And I'm sure everyone's seen Game of Thrones. Who hasn't? One of the most underrated, and this is where some of these are C-list, especially to like modern era people like who weren't really raised in the 80s or 90s. Coach, TV show. If you never watched an episode of Coach, dude, turn it on for 10 minutes. If you don't giggle 10 times, switch it. Never watch it again. Coach, one of the most underrated TV shows of all time. All right. As far as like Disney, DreamWorks, Pixar, these are my top 3 in this order. Tarzan, the original Tarzan. Shrek 1. Lion King. Lion King. That's how I'm going to raise my kids if I ever have any kids. Just watch Lion King. That's it. Watch it over and over. You'd be a good man. All right. Here we have the action drama genre. The Purge movies. Very good. The Purge movies came out at a time where, like, it was kind of shaky and it was scary. Like, I had the thought that this could be reality. Like, this really could be and we came close. We came close, dude. And we're not even out of it yet. We can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. But, dude, Purge. The Rundown with The Rock and Sean William Scott. I think that's his name. It is. I love this movie. In like junior high. All right, so the reason why we have all of these, I got grounded a lot when I was growing up. I was always in trouble, but I had jobs. Like during the summer, I had odd jobs, or I worked at the bank one summer, and I would just spend all my money. Since I was grounded, I couldn't go nowhere. I would go to Blockbuster and spend like, they had the 4 for $20. Get 4 movies for $20 or something, or 5 for $20. I don't know what it was, but that's why I have 500 DVDs in a bin, because that's all I had, dude. I loved movies. The Rundown was one of my favorites that I spent my own money on, dude. And it's probably corny and forgettable to some, but I liked it. Good movie. The X-Men series, especially Wolverine's Origin. I couldn't find that DVD. I freaking love Wolverine's Origin. I watched that one a bunch too. Eclipse. Say what you want. The Twilight series was freaking sick. The whole saga. I freaking get nostalgic, and I like that Paramore song. Paramore. How do we get here? I used to know. That was just... A Knight's Tale. Awesome freaking movie, dude. Heath Ledger is one of my favorite actors of all time, just for the Joker bit. And he was in a good role in The Patriot with Mel Gibson. And a great role in A Knight's Tale. Great watch. Never seen A Knight's Tale. And peace, don't hate me, dude. None of these are C-list so far. Especially this one, American Gangster, Denzel. Good watch. Pulp Fiction. And these, to me, I had these in order, going from like bad to good. So, I forgot to tell you that. Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. Freaking great flick. Great flick. The Bourne Saga trilogy, whatever. Matt Damon, I believe. Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, Matt Damon. I remember when the first Bourne Identity came out. The action scenes in these are freaking nasty, dude. Sick with it. They're like John Wick level. Great action scenes in these. All the way through. I like them. Progressing forward. Transformers, Dark of the Moon. I remember, I think I've spoken about this in the pod before, seeing this in the movies with the buddy Steven. And we just threw popcorn and freaking freaked out when Optimus Prime won that battle on the bridge. Transformers. And dude, I may get flack for this. I do think Hateful Eight's better than Transformers. I don't know why. I freaking love Hateful Eight, dude. I've seen this 100 times. Just beautiful movie all the way through. The monologue, the way that Tarantino shot the freaking thing, just beautiful movie. One of my big time favorites, the Indiana Jones series, dude. Very hard to get better than this, especially doing it 3 times. What is it? This is the Last Crusade. This is the 3rd one. There's the Temple of Doom with the guy, with the creepy redhead guy, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark. Boom. Beautiful trilogy. Nothing like it out there today. Next. And it's hard to not let this one be first because I praised it so much. The Blu-ray's still sitting over there. But The Godfather. All 3 of them, dude. I love them. Love them. Great story. Beautiful arc of a story. And Robert Duvall. I mean, so many freaking... Speaking of Robert Duvall, I don't have this DVD. And it's on Netflix, okay? If you haven't seen the Apocalypse Now Redux, turn this off. Go on Netflix and watch Apocalypse Now Redux, okay? We're gonna have to freaking do some damage up in here. And the best, the primo, as good as you can get in any motion picture ever, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Call me crazy. Beats out anything, bro. Dude, the best story ever put to a screen. Lord of the Rings. Going to the comedy side. Ending with that. I love Adam Sandler movies. Mr. Deeds. Don't Mess with Zohan. Freaking Grown Ups. Yeah, it's a little corny, Grown Ups. But, dude, I like it. I like the camaraderie between Adam Sandler and, Chris Rock, David Spade. They've known each other for like 30, 40 years. So they're going to have great chemistry. I like those movies. And anything Adam Sandler does is fire. The Big Short. It's kind of a drama, but I laughed a lot in The Big Short when, what's his name? Ryan Gosling, when he says, Jack to the tits! Dude, I love Jack to the tits. I stole Jack to the tits from Ryan Gosling. That was a great line. Big Fat Liar. I was really young when I used to watch this. Alright, I haven't seen this in freaking 20 years probably. But I remember it was a staple in my childhood. As well as C-Spot Run. Okay? C-Spot Run probably is a C-list movie piece. I don't know. Big Fat Liar may be B. But C-Spot Run has some good actors in it. It has the actor from Goodfellas, Paulie. And I like the movie. It has Atomic Dog by George Clinton in the opening bit. Good movie. And a dog, ironically, chewed on the cover of this DVD case. So, fitting. Brady hated it. But I love it, dude. Dennis the Menace. So hard. What you got there, sport? Appa? How about the knife from your apple? Dennis the Menace. Arnie and Jingle All the Way. There's a comedic writer, comedian guy who I can't think of his name. I see his picture on the back. But he's since passed. But dude, me and my sister just giggle at this one part. This guy's on the phone talking to Arnold. He said he's eating his wife's cookies, dude. He said, your wife's cookies. Dude, your wife's cookies. Beautiful. Jingle All the Way. Good family flick. Okay, young Trill Murray. Live in effect over here. I love Bill Murray. I don't care what the guy did. You're trying to freaking cancel Bill Murray? Bill Murray is Bill Murray, bro. He saved the day in Space Jam, son. There's nothing you can do about that. Bill Murray in What About Bob is one of the best written, like, original comedies I don't know who wrote this thing, but great, bro. Great writing. There was an era in comedy. I don't know if it's one writer like Harold Ramis or something. I don't know who wrote that era of comedy or like what group of dudes, but you could tell that there was like a specific group of dudes that was really doing something right in the 90s in comedy. And What About Bob is a good example. Almost done, y'all. Trying to speed this up here. Austin Powers, no explanation. Beautiful. Wild Hogs, again, corny, but I love Martin Lawrence. And Martin Lawrence's dynamic in this movie. And Tim Allen, bro. Tim Allen, I mean, he brings the juice. And John Travolta, well, took like a third seat in this movie behind a few of these guys. So, dude, Martin Lawrence killed it in Wild Hogs. Good movie. School of Rock. Okay? School of Rock. I love Jack Black. I love the rock scene. I love like the 70s, 80s, 90s stuff. The good soundtrack. I even have the vinyl record somewhere of School of Rock. So, and a great ending, too. Great ending. Come on, let's finish strong here. Got to finish off the comedies. Sandlot. The original Sandlot. I think they tried to remake it and did a terrible job. That movie just died slow. The original Sandlot is a staple in like American history, okay? The OG Sandlot. Wendy Peppercorn, bro. Foursquare, Wiener, Sandlot. And really, Sandlot, a scene in this inspired me just in my ideas for the next episode. I'm going to Georgia to meet up with the boys, kind of like in like we did the Boomstick Madness episode, or Brunswick Boomstick, when I'm just kicking it with the boys. That's kind of what we're going to be doing, but with a different group of my friends, a couple of my work buddies, and I don't even know who's going to be there, dude, but we're going to burn it down this next week. And Sandlot gave me a sick idea for next podcast, so look forward to that, please. Big staple of my childhood, Major Payne. How long's it been since you've seen Major Payne, dude? From beginning to end, great movie. I've cried a few times watching Major Payne for whatever reason. I can't even remember at what point it was that got me. I don't know, but I've cried watching Major Payne. Anywho, this is another copy of Elf. Love Will Ferrell. Alright. You may think I'm crazy, but the number 3 movie here in comedy is Nacho Libre. On one of those Brunswick Boomstick episodes, me and Corey ended the episode singing, "When the fantasy has ended and all the children are gone." I started it. I may as well. Something good inside me helps me to carry on. I ate some bugs. I ate some grass. I use my hand to wipe my tears, to kiss your mouth. I break my vow. No, 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 no way, Jose. Unless you want to, then we break our vows together. Encarnacion, 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 doodly doodly, Encarnacion. We are ready for you now. Nacho Libre. I'm impressed this stack hasn't jinged on me. Number 2. Step Brothers. This holds a near and dear place to my heart. Yeah, there's some other comedies with Will Ferrell, like Ricky Bobby, the other guys. But Step Brothers, man. I remember, I told you youth group used to pop off on Wednesday nights. dude, when it got big time popping, like we had to do stuff to keep people excited. The youth pastor is my uncle. He ended up like getting like iTunes gift cards, and he was just like throwing them to people. Paxton caught one of them. Old Pack Daddy, dude. Pack Daddy caught one of those iTunes gift cards. He loaded the $15 on his iPod. We had like an iPod Touch at the time, okay? And he bought Step Brothers right when it came out on the iPod. And we were young. We were like in 8th grade. And you know what Step Brothers is. I mean, it's pretty raunch at some parts. So if our parents caught us watching that, they would just yank us up and beat us. And I was in trouble as it is, so for sure I couldn't get caught watching a freaking bad movie. So we got it on the iPod, and it was before AirPods. We just had the regular earbuds. So we just laid there. He had an earbud and I had an earbud, and we were just like huddled up watching that thing. And we would go and just like tap on each other and try to be quiet. Like watching Step Brothers is so hard to do, especially for the first time watching Step Brothers, dude. Hey, Derek. And in 8th grade, you gotta laugh, bro. We almost just had a heart attack watching Step Brothers for the first time. The last and best comedy that I have in my rotation. The best of Chris Farley's Saturday Night Live. If you've never seen this, dude, I don't know where you could find it, maybe on Amazon or something, or eBay. Dude, obviously, I mean, he's passed. God rest Chris Farley's soul, because he, again, this is a staple from childhood. Going on vacations, like 8, 12-hour car rides. This was on a loop. I don't know how long this is either, but we wouldn't even take it out. It's 61 minutes, so an hour. So we'd watch this 12 times on a 12-hour car ride and laugh every time. There's a few scenes and sketches in here that are not findable. I mean, I guess Saturday Night Live or whoever owns them, NBC, took them off YouTube or, copyright. And I freaking hate this copyright crap. But you can't find the... Hello, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Bill Swirsky's Superfans. I'm your host, Bab Swirsky, filling in for my brother Bill, who's recovering from his most recent heart attack. And with me, as always, are the superfans, Ted Arnold. Hey, Bob. Carl Malorski. Hey, Bob. And Todd O'Connor. How are you, Bob? Real good. Watched it 12 times in 12 hours. Yeah, dude. I haven't seen this in freaking 5 years, and I know every word of a few of those sketches. So, thank you, Chris Farley, man. You brought a lot of light to us. Made us laugh a lot. Best of Chris Farley. Check that out. All right. We made it through somehow or another. Made it through that huge stack of DVDs. I'm about to flip the lights on, flip the camera around, open these sports cards, and yeah, that's it. I didn't miss anything, I don't think. Yep. Thank you, Peace. I hope that satisfied your thirst for the movie reviews. And I thought about it. I do have some. I'm threatening you over here. I do have some C-list movies that are worth talking about. So I'm going to pick 5 or 6 of them and throw those in on a podcast soon. So I do have your C movie review coming up. But I just thought that was needed. I haven't talked about my movie stuff on the pod yet. So thank you for your comments. Much appreciated. Appreciate you, dog. And here we go. Let's try to find a Jordan in these things. All right, y'all. Before we get into these old packs, 91 Fleer, got 2 of these, and then Stadium Tops. Here's a few of the cards I picked up recently. A couple more LaMelos. Pretty. Got the Scottie Pippen Mystery Finest. Got some MJ Fleer Ultra, MJ Skybox, a couple of Deans. Beautiful. Alright, the guy told me There's a possible $500 Jordan card that you could find in these, and a few good Jordans you can find in these. So we'll start here, and hopefully save a big bang for last. Not counting on it though. All right, Joe Wolf. Paul Westhead. Ah, John Paxson, dude. Charles Oakley, okay. In there and sock somebody. Dick Motta. John Stockton, okay. Okay. Oh! My boy Magic, son. Oh, dude, that's on fire. Magic and Johnny. Don? What do you know, Don? Rod Strickland. All right. Hey, I'll take it. No Jordan, but I got a little Magic Johnson. Uh-oh. All right. Ugh. Reggie Mootries. Kendall Gill. That's like a blast from the past, dude. Kendall Gill. Hersey Hawkins. Kiki Vandeweghe. Dale Harris. That. Oh, bro. How'd a boy Phil? Look at the muzzy on Phil, huh? All right. Hakeem the Dream. No Jordan. Bless me, baby. Come on. Let's get down to business. Be good to me. Ah, that's not promising. It's already a Bulls player in here. BJ Armstrong. And another freaking Steve Kerr. What's going on here, Luke Longley? What? 3 of the Last Dance Bulls guys. BJ Armstrong, Steve Kerr, and Luke Longley. Back to back to back? Is that a good sign? Steve Smith. Reggie Williams. Tony Smith. Tony. Lionel. Come on. Jeff needs a breather, son. Dad Nasty Gummit. Larry Bird. Oh, 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 oh. Is that a sign? Is that a sign? Oh, Larry freaking Bird, baby. Vernon Maxwell. That ain't bad either. Dude. All right. And last thing, before I go, we do have a new addition. I got a case for the ball. It's got the little UNC and the final Fooch. Making progress, baby. Thank you for tuning into my lowly podcast. And like I said, we have a banging episode next week, baby. See you then.